Zach Adams in fourth grade insists that he pay attention. Hey guys. Hey, what's going on? I hope everybody is doing good. I wanted to do a little bit of commentary on this case, on this whole situation that is going on with Eliza Fletcher. She's what, 34-year-old white woman from Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, that was kidnapped while she was jogging at 4:30 in the morning. I think around the University of Memphis. Yeah, I think it was the University of Memphis or something like that. But anyway, I wanted to talk about it because it's all over the place. It's all over the news. Like a lot of people is into this case. A lot of people is onto this case. There's a lot of discussion about it. We were talking about it the other day. I was talking about it with, Joseph and a couple people. And then it was all over the news yesterday. That's why I post, some people's commentary on it on my community tab because it's all over the place. Every time I turn on TV, I see it. It's all on CNN, Fox, whatever. But I wanted to make my commentary about it because now they said that they found a body. They found the body close to the place that black male, that apartment complex the black male went to. His name is Cleo something. But anyway, so he was at a apartment complex and then he was cleaning out the truck that he kidnapped her in. He was cleaning it out. He was washing his clothes and they found the body not too far away from his brother's apartment complex because that's where he was at when he was cleaning his car. Me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if the brother of the suspect has nothing to do with it. I would really be surprised if his brother had nothing to do with it. But it's awful what happened to this woman. But a lot of people has been asking my opinion about it. People are talking about it on TikTok also, creating group discussions about what they think really happened. Do they believe that it was planned? Do they believe that the husband was involved or her uncle was involved? The family has money. So the money was going to be passed down to her. She was going to inherit the money, possibly. And the family's like, they're billionaires or something like that. So she was going to get money, and I'm pretty sure she have a large insurance policy on her name. I'm pretty sure. A large amount insurance policy. I'm pretty sure it's on her name. She was married. She have 2 younger sons. She's married to a white man. So we already know that she doesn't deal with black men. She really doesn't deal with black people like that. She's not in their neighborhood. She doesn't socialize with them like that. So why I'm saying that is because a situation like this can happen to any of us, including women that are divested and that are removed from amongst black people in the black community, in the black male. This can happen to any of us. It really can. It really can. You can be anywhere and some dumbass Negro decides to just jump out and kidnap you at gunpoint or physically assault you where you're knocked unconscious and they're able to throw you into a vehicle. This can happen to anybody. So that's why I want to talk about this, because a lot of the times when black women are losing their lives, they usually are dealing with those black men, or they know them, or they usually be around black people like that. They live in black neighborhoods. They socialize amongst black people and amongst black males. So a lot of times you can understand how they were, placed themselves in danger to be taken out by the black male or harmed by the black male because they're around him. But what do you say about the women, the black women and the non-black women that do not be around black men, do not socialize with them, do not sleep with them, do not want to be with them or anything? This can happen to any of us. Any of us. Any of us. We could be outside, we could be shopping, grocery shopping, on our way back to our car, and somebody just jump out of a damn vehicle, 2 or 3 people overpower you and just kidnap you and do whatever they want to you. It's dangerous out here to be a woman. It's dangerous out here to be a little girl. At this point, it's even dangerous out here to be a small damn toddler, regardless of the sex of the child. Because some of these older men are predators. The child predators, they sit around and they watch people and they stalk people and they plot on people to do harm to them. You got black males. I see a lot of talk is going on YouTube because, a lot of times I like to branch out from YouTube. I'm going to start branching out, talking about different subjects, not just about divestment. I'm going to let other people do that, and I'm going to be taking my channel in a different direction a little bit. Now, I'm always going to be divested. That's always going to be like the main focal point, to tell black women to divest and to remove themselves amongst black males and, the black community, and anybody that is toxic and negative towards you, to remove yourself away from them. So, but I want to start moving my channel in different direction. I want to start talking about different things that I'm interested into, things that I want to talk about. And I like all different types of things. So I'm going to be talking about different things. I'm really into crime mysteries, true crime, missing people, missing that I'm going to watch it. Okay. But what I'm seeing today is that I want to be talking about different things. So that's why I brought this up. I want to kind of take things in a different direction. I don't want to always talk about mammies and the black male and, you know, all of that, because there's a lot going on outside besides that. And I want to open my channel up to different discussions and talk about things that I want to talk about. Like sometimes when I post things on my channel, people get kind of like upset because they feel that everything I talk about needs to be centered around divestment. And that's just not the case with my regular life. Like I have a real life. I just don't go around talk about divestment all the time. Divestment is always on my mind. Off of YouTube, I'm still trying to talk about divestment. No, let these other people talk about it. Let them take the course with it. And I'm going to take my channel in a different direction because my channel stands alone. I'm solo dolo. I'm not connected to nobody's channel. I'm not connected to nobody's group, nobody's posse, and nobody's clique. My channel stands alone. I report on and talk about whatever I choose to talk about. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. Okay? I don't have to be anybody's friends. I don't care if you like me or you don't like me. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm dumb, uneducated, if you can't get with me, if you don't like how I talk. I do not care. Because one thing about me, in order to truly affect me with the words that come out of your mouth or what you say behind my back, whether you're saying it on Patreon and a Discord somewhere running your fucking mouth, regardless of what you do, when I don't know you and I don't give a fuck about you, nothing you say could affect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have any value into your opinion. I don't give a damn about you. I don't know you and I don't value your opinion. So whatever you say, where I don't know you saying it at, I don't give a fuck. You're not worth shit to me, so I don't care. So I just want to make that announcement. My channel will be starting to go into a different direction because I want to separate myself from a lot of foolishness that people be doing on here that I don't really agree with, and I'm just not going to be getting down with it because a lot of shit some of these people do, I don't really vibe with. So, but I just don't say anything. So I'm going to make that distinction to keep my name off your channels. I don't care if it's in a positive way or a negative way. Just keep me out of the shit. I'm solo dolo, and my channel stands on its own. But back to this case, because somebody wanted my opinion on this case. They wanted to know what I thought about it. So I made this video for Eliza Fletcher. God bless her soul. Okay? Because I truly believe that that is her body that they found. You got so many people talking on YouTube having discussions about it. They're talking about it on Twitter. A lot of non-black people are upset about what's going on when they're dealing with these black male savages. A lot of people are fed up. They're fed up with living amongst these animals. And a lot of times, non-black people, they get upset when these black males come in and take their women lives, especially when it's women that don't deal with black men, that got a white husband and white kids. They don't like black men doing that to their women. And so when there comes to be a vendetta or somebody try to get back at the black male collective, a lot of times they will take it out on black women and black children because of what the evilness of the black male. No, take it out on the black male. That's if you non-black men are tired of them taking out your women and bothering their women, take it out on these black males, the black males that are guilty of doing these things. But stop blaming the whole black race, including black women, into that fuck shit. Black women do not agree with the things that black men are doing. Most of us are not down with it. Now, you do have some mammies that will protect these black males at all costs, like they're doing right now on YouTube. Because, I've been going into other section of YouTube, and now there's people that are on YouTube that are getting doxxed and come to find out these people have criminal records of assaulting children. These people are sex offenders. There's a lot of child predators that's in this space on YouTube, especially when it comes to these black males. But there's a lot of black women that apologize and make excuses for what these black males are doing. So now you got some YouTubers that are being exposed for sleeping with minors like Sinful the P and Rude Dem Rue, sexually assaulting, forcibly, violently sexually assaulting a 6-year-old child. Now, it's going back and forth whether the child is a boy, whether the child is a girl. But it doesn't matter. If Rude Dem was 12 or 13 years old, he's a sick predator. By that age, you know right from wrong. You know you're not supposed to be touching a baby like that. You know right from wrong at 12, 13 years old. So if you decide to violently sexually assault a kid, you're an animal. I don't give a fuck what age you are. Black women got sons that are violently killing people at 14, 15, 16 years old. This is what their sons are out here doing. And then everybody gets upset when non-black people say they don't want your ass around. They don't want your son around. They don't want you around. They don't want y'all coming to their events. They don't want nothing to do with you. They don't want you moving in their neighborhoods. And then you get shocked when people feel that way. When people snatch their purse. When people go in another direction when they see the black male coming. You guys are shocked. People are trying to save their lives. They're trying to protect themselves by avoiding your demonic ass sons. Majority of all of your sons ain't shit. All of your sons ain't shit. So that's what I want to say about that. But from my opinion, I believe that the black male that violently kidnapped this woman at 4:30 in the morning while she was running around, jogging and stuff like that, pretty much. I don't think that was a safe time to go jogging. But in this country, in this world right now, nowhere is safe. You could be out broad daylight outside, and these black males will find a way to sexually assault you or, violently kill you or try to throw you in sex trafficking. They're all over the place doing this. I read somewhere in Memphis, Tennessee, there have been 100 kidnappings so far this year in Memphis, Tennessee. And Memphis, Tennessee is a dump, pretty much. High crime rates, very violent poverty, a lot of nasty, pathetic ass black males committing those crimes in Memphis. But you got over 100 people kidnapped so far this year from Memphis, Tennessee. Something is going on. I believe they're doing this on purpose. I believe that they are kidnapping people trying to throw them in sex traffic or kidnapping innocent women so they can sexually assault them, because A lot of women are waking up. They don't want to be around black men. They don't want to sleep with them. They don't want to date them. Dating a black male is only putting your life in danger, trying to be around him, sleep with him. And so a lot of women, they're not down with that. A lot of black women are walking away. And these black men are getting desperate. They're getting real life desperate. And so they're going to just start trying to take it. Innocent people that they see going on about their day, they're going to try to harm, they're going to try to assault, they're going to try to take it. Sexually assault you, rob you, whatever they can do. Hijack your car, they're doing that too. They're doing that too. If you got a really nice car, these black males are pretty much stealing your car at gunpoint. So you got to be careful with that. You could be at the gas station and you got a really nice ride, and they will hold you up gunpoint to steal your car. That's what they're doing today. And people are shocked when they don't want your sons around, when they don't want you around because they know you bring black males. That's another reason why people don't like black women to come around. And I feel the same way. That's why I don't really hang around black women, and I don't really keep black women around in my intimate circles, in my inner circles, is because they bring black men around. Especially when they date them, especially when they got children with them. They bring those niggers everywhere they go. They bring their sons everywhere they go. So that's another reason why people do not like when they see black women coming or when they see black women moving in the neighborhood, because most likely she's going to bring black males around. And most people believe in their heart, which is true, that majority of black males are violent criminals. Most of them got criminal records. If you were to dig in the background of a lot of these dudes' records, you will find that they have put their hands on kids or they have put their hands on a woman. Either one. Just like with these YouTubers. And you got black women on YouTube trying to protect, rude them, even though they doxed them and the receipts is out there. This man actually did this stuff. But you will have black women say, well, he was just a child. He was just a child. He knew right from wrong. You know you're not supposed to be trying to force your privates into a 6-year-old. Just sick. That's a sick, deviant human being. And you best believe he's probably did it before. A lot of these black males, just because they're not convicted of the crime, just because they didn't get locked up, do not mean they don't commit crimes against women and children. A lot of times these children are scared to tell the truth. They're scared to tell somebody what's going on with them, and so they keep it inside. And a lot of these black males are getting away with committing crimes against children because the children are too scared to say anything, because they threaten their lives and different things like that. Bringing your children around these black males is not safe. Even when they are teenagers, even when the black male is a teenager, it's still not safe to be bringing your little girls around them. Do not let them babysit them. Do not let these black males, I don't care if it's cousins or, you sent your children over to a black woman's house and she got sons in that house. Don't let her babysit your kids. Okay, don't let those women who got nothing but sons babysit your children. Don't put your children around their sons. These dudes are sexual deviants. All they do is think about sex. All they do is think about their dick. That's it. And that's not a good thing, because they're already slow. They're crazy. They don't know boundaries. They don't have respect for women and children. They don't see nothing wrong with assaulting minors. That's what I've noticed in the last couple of days on YouTube, that black people are okay with it. They don't have a problem when black men sexually assault minors. They will make all type of excuses for that. And you got black women, old ass black women, old ass mammies up here trying to make excuses for that YouTuber rude them and sinful to pee. And they have criminal records, and it's some more of them. Tito, whatever that YouTuber name, a lot of these guys got a record of touching minors. They should not be in this space, and they don't have no room to talk about trying to correct black women and telling black women what to do. I understand that all of us are not perfect. I know that sometimes people get locked up. Some people have gotten locked up, but they don't have felonies. And some black people may have traffic violations and misdemeanor charges. But these people with these felony charges, these violent sexual violent charges against minors and stuff like that, and robbing people and stuff like that. These people have no room to talk. These drug dealers and these gang bangers, they have no room to talk. These men who beat up on women. There's a lot of these dudes in this space that has those domestic violence charges. These charges were sleeping with minors and sexually assaulting minors. I told you guys that before. Majority of this manosphere is full of nothing but felons. That's why they sit online all day, because they can't get a good job. They can't get a good job. But you see, they're not going to talk about this case. They're not going to talk about this case. And then I see black people trying to say, well, what about the mass shooters? Well, what about the mass shooters? Because black men are mass shooters too. They go around shooting up neighborhoods, doing drive-bys, shooting multiple people at a time. See, they don't never want black male to be responsible for the fuck shit that he does. That black male, Cleophas, Cleo, whatever his dumbass name is, because I don't know who gave him that dumbass name. Cleo, obtuse, obtuse, whatever his name is. He's an animal. He's an animal. He was locked up for 20 years. Before he committed this kidnapping and this murder of this innocent white woman, Eliza Fletcher, 34 years old, 2 kids and a husband. Before he did that, he spent 20 years in prison for doing something similar to a white man, lawyer. Kidnapped the man, threw the man in the back of the trunk, went around joyriding with his friends, then went and make the man took all the money out of his bank account at the ATM. He let that man go. He spent 20 years in prison, had 24 years and did 20. He committed this crime at 16 years old. Didn't get out of prison November 2020 and have already destroyed a family. Destroyed a whole family that quickly. Got out November 2020, September 2022. He's committed this crime against this innocent white woman that had nothing to do with him. But because these men are disgusting perverts and pedophiles and predators, and they believe that all white women want them, and they believe they're entitled to all women's bodies, including the bodies of children. They believe they're entitled to touch, grope, sexually assault, and sodomize, and whatever else they can do. Protect your children amongst these demons. Do not let people gaslight you into allowing these teenage black boys to spend too much time around your fucking kids. I don't care if they family members. Do not allow your daughters to stay around black women's sons unsupervised. Do not let their children, their sons, babysit your kids. Because just because they don't get locked up and they don't get charged, that does not mean they aren't groping and touching on innocent kids, because they are. There's a lot of black men period, walking around that have sexually assaulted and molested kids, any child or children out of their family. The black community is really big on that incest bullshit and that messing with little minor girls, teenagers. These grown black men can be in their 30s, late 20s, trying to sleep with a 14, 15, 16-year-old child. That's what they're doing. And they don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. Because a lot of black women, they don't see nothing wrong with it either. And it's destroying the society. It's destroying this country. The black male is probably the most violent male at this time in this country. I'm talking about violent. He's always into something. He's always trying to steal. He's always trying to take things that don't belong to him. He's always around here destroying people's lives. He's destroyed that family. He took those little boys' mother away from them. They are probably never going to see their mother again. If they do see her, she probably will be in a casket. because I don't think she's alive anymore. I don't think nobody's holding her for ransom. I don't even think that it was planned. I truly believe that the family is completely innocent. I don't believe they had anything to do with this guy. Now, in the story, they said that, when the guy went to prison, the guy that he kidnapped 20 years ago was a lawyer that worked at the same law firm as Eliza Fletcher uncle, the same white guy that got on and made the statement, the family statement, and thanking the police and everything like that. He's a lawyer. So they said that the first victim of the black guy, Cleo, where he served 20 years for, was a lawyer that worked at the same law firm as Eliza Fletcher's uncle back 20 years. Now, that's a coincidence. It's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. But I truly believe the husband had nothing to do with that. I don't believe they paid him to do a damn thing. I believe that he's driving around. A lot of black men do this in the middle of the night, especially when they get out the clubs and different things like that. When they high on drugs, they like to drive around and stake out neighborhoods. They like to drive around in these white people neighborhoods or these middle class neighborhoods trying to find things to get into, as far as houses to break into, cars to break into. And I believe that's what that criminal asshole was out there doing. Just looking for some bullshit to get involved in. He may have known her or he may not have known her, but I do not believe it was planned by the family. I do not. I believe that nigga did that shit all on his own. And the reason why I believe that suspect Cleo did it all on his own, because when he kidnapped her, he left his champion slippers on the scene. So the scuffle, the attack was so violent. That's why they're not showing the video of her being kidnapped, because she put up a fight. It was a violent fight. And I believe he knocked her out. And that's how he got her in the car, because they said they believed that she suffered some serious injury, because they said it was a violent ambush by this grown-ass criminal. And so a lot of times non-black women are not used to fighting up with black men. So black men go overpower them. Men are going to overpower women a lot of the times. That's why you got to make sure you keep your pepper spray, your mace, your taser, and my favorite choice is a gun, because you can't lose with a gun. I'm sorry. Now, when you tase people and you try to mace them people can get back up. A lot of times, some people shake it off and they fight you right back. But when it comes to that bullet, usually that bullet gonna lay them down, especially if you hit them in that upper chest area. Always go for the body or the do-rag, okay? That makes sure they're going to sit down somewhere. Don't try to save people's life. If they're attacking you, go for the body. Don't go for the leg. Don't try to save their life. Matter of fact, it'd probably be best if you take them out. That way you can't harm nobody else. That's why when crimes are committed against you, you need to report it to the police. You need to report it to the police. That way nobody else can get harmed. That's why you report those things to the police. When you're touched on as a kid, you need to report that stuff so nobody else doesn't get harmed. That's what a lot of people need to understand. Some people will be brutalized and won't say anything to nobody, and they will allow this person to move on to the next victim to brutalize them too, when you could have stopped that by reporting that person. That's another thing that black women need to understand. Stop holding that stuff in. Report these people so they're not able to do that to another child or another innocent woman or person. But you don't report it. They're just moving on, creating more victims, ending more people's lives. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe it's planned. I believe he was a sexual deviant. He wanted that white woman, because a lot of black men feel that they're entitled to white women, especially the white women that don't date black men, who are not attracted to them and don't want to be with them. They feel that they're entitled to these women's bodies and they believe that these women want them. They don't want you. Majority of non-black women do not want black men. A lot of non-black women believe that black males are violent criminals. They don't want nothing to do with that. I even heard an Asian woman talking about all the crimes that black males are committed against the Asian community, especially Asian women up there in New York City. They're tired of it. They said that they saw a spike in purchases of guns in the Asian community in the last couple of months. There's been a large spike in the Asian community buying guns. And the reason why is because these black males are violating their women. They're killing their women, assaulting their women, beating their women up, especially in New York City, especially up there. And they said they're tired of it. I saw some videos on TikTok where there were Asian men saying that they're going out here purchasing guns because they're not going to let these black people do that to them. And they said that in the comments, that they're tired of the black male brutalizing them and their women. They're tired of that. And they're going to protect themselves. So, black women with these black sons, you've only put a mark on your life where people don't want to deal with you and people don't want to be around you. And a lot of times black women don't understand why people don't want them around. I'll tell you why non-black people don't want to see black women coming. Because majority of the time when you're coming, you're bringing a black male or you're bringing a black male child. And they just don't want to be around it. And nobody should have to force to deal with the black male if they don't want to. It's a crisis going on right now. Women are dying. They're kidnapping women. They're robbing you for your car. I mean, they're sticking you up for your car at the gas station. You going out to jog or you just going out shopping. You're being kidnapped, robbed, all kind of stuff. Assaulted for no damn reason. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't think black women understand how much damage that you have done to society by birthing black men. And nobody ever is really going to care about the black collective or the black woman collective because everybody feels that you birthed this demon and they don't want to be nowhere near you. They feel like you birthed them, you raised them all fucked up and nobody trusts you and nobody want to be near you. You know, there are some non-black people that know that all of us are not like that, but majority of non-black people feel that majority of us are just like those black male animals. He's always in the news. He's always committing crimes. But this is what I want to say to non-black people. I want you to understand black women are going through this too. We're going through this probably worse than you guys are. You guys at least get a chance to get away from him. Well, if you grow up in the black community and you live amongst black people, you have to be forced to deal with black women's unproductive, evil ass sons. Non-black women, y'all don't have to deal with that on a constant basis. Growing up in a black neighborhood, growing up around black people, we're forced to deal with this animal on a daily, in school, everywhere this animal is. We're dying out here too. And I'm not trying to make excuses and say, well, we're dying too. It's not okay for what they're doing. Nobody's okay with that. There's some black women that just turn a blind eye and they don't care. But majority of us, we're not down with that. Leave women alone. I don't give a fuck what race they are. Leave women and children alone. Leave the elderly alone. Leave us alone. We really, at this point, I believe women are getting to the point where they don't even want these men around. We just want peace. We just want to be able to move around in the world and don't feel like our life is going to be snatched away from us because this dumb ass ape decided that he wanted to take our life that day. The shit is such a turn off. I don't know what group of women would find black males attractive. You're playing with your life. You're playing with fire if you're trying to entertain, date, and marry a black male. You're silly. A lot of these women are dying because when the relationship is over and they're ready to walk away, the black male is so emotionally unstable and carries on like a bitch. He will literally end your life, end the lives of your children just because you don't want his ugly ass no more. He's doing this to non-black women like on a regular. When these women say, hey, I'm done with this, I don't want to be with you no more, he has to take your life. Like dealing with the blackmail is like a death sentence. So if you want to take that gamble and if you want to be birthing blackmail sons and dealing with all that shit that comes with the blackmail, go right ahead. But I would wish you guys would keep them the hell away from the rest of us. And that's all I got to say. I wish Eliza Fletcher family all the best, but I believe that body that they found is hers. I believe that the family didn't send him to do it. He left his slippers on the scene. So if it was a planned kidnapping, why would you come to the scene to kidnap somebody in champion slippers and not sneakers? Then he left it there because they were fighting so much. He left the slippers there, and the slippers had his DNA. And you know that his DNA was already in the system because he's a violent criminal. Whenever they go to prison, they take their blood and they put their DNA in the system. So, like, if they get out and commit another crime, it would be easy to figure out who did it by their DNA. And that's how they were able to find him. But I do believe that Cleo guy and his brother, I believe the brother has something to do with it also. But I believe that he kidnapped her because he wanted to sexually assault her. And he did not want her to tell, and he did not want to get in trouble, so he killed her. He didn't want to go back to prison and serve another 20 years. But this time, he's probably going to get the death penalty. And I hope he do. Because they should have already put him out of his misery. He was committing crimes like this at 16 years old. So when black women want you to be concerned about their sons that are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, do not concern yourselves with that. That's their burden. That's their problem. Do not concern yourself with their teenagers because at this time and day, these teenage black males are just as worse as the adult ones. They're no better. So just stay away from the black community. Make sure you observe everything that you're doing when you're out in public. Always be on point. Always be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you lock your doors when you're at home. Make sure you got all your doors locked because people will come in and break in your house and do stuff to you too. Make sure you bear arms. You got your weapons. If you can't bear arms, make sure you got your taser, your mace, whatever you need to do to protect yourself. And at nighttime and early in the morning, I would say make sure you are somewhere at home. Stay the fuck out of those clubs. Stay the hell around for those black events with dealing with black people. Stay away from it because these black males are becoming more and more aggressive because they realize that a lot of black women are walking away and waking up and they don't want nothing to do with them or the black community. And that's all I got to say, guys. Like the video, thumbs it up. You can share the video, subscribe. Also, make sure you turn on your notification bell, and I'll come back with another topic. But I like to talk like some hip hop songs, pretty much like the old school hip hop sounds. I like all types of music. I like jazz, pop. I like all R&B. I like all types of music. I even like the oldies music that was made in the 50s, 60s, and the 70s. So I'm a different type of person. I don't want people to put me in one box. That's why I want to elevate out of this divestment box. I'm still a divester, but I'm going to let other people's carry that on because I want to talk about different things. I don't want everything to be about that all the time. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.